سيادته بتفقد أعمال تنفيذ محور ياسر رزق، والذي يربط بين جنوب القاهرة بداية من محور حسب الله الكفراوي ومحور سميرة موسى، مرورا بمنطقة حي الأسمرات وكورنيش المقطم الجديد، وصولا لطريق صلاح سالم ومحور الأوتوستراد بطول 9 كيلومتر و5 حارات مرورية لكل اتجاه.
سيادتك صدقت على انشاء العديد من المحاور لتخفيف وربط مناطق شرق القاهره وجنوب القاهره ومناطق غرب القاهره بمناطق القاهره الجديده ومنها الى العاصمه الاداريه. لو اتكلمنا يا فندم عن محور ياسر رزق، محور ياسر رزق يا فندم الهدف من انشائه هو نقل الكثافات المروريه وتوزيعها في مناطق وسط البلد. الناس يا فندم بتمشي سيادتك على طريق صلاح سالم والاوتوستراد ويرجعوا الى الطريق الدائري، فخلقنا محور يا فندم جديد يبدا من تقاطعه مع طريق صلاح سالم بطول 9 كيلو متر. تم تأهل المرحلة الأولى يا فندم سيادتك كنت اتشرفنا عليها من شهرين بطول 2 كيلو متر اللي كانت قابلتنا فيها تحديات وتم التنسيق مع كافة أجهزة الدولة. بالنسبة للمرحلة الثانية يا فندم دي طولها 7 كيلو متر بتبدأ من نهاية شارع 9 وحتى الربط على محور سميرة موسى أسفل نفق الأسمرات. محور ياسر رزق يا فندم برضه إن شاء الله جاري أعمال ربطه بكورنيش النيل المعادي عن طريق محور ربط الحضارات
corniche and link to Dr. Salah Shadley with a length of 900 meters and a surface road with the bridge and the Al-Muqattam corniche starting from Al-Muqattam Asmarat and to ease the congestion of traffic with lengths of 7 kilometers. 80% of executions were undertaken to be continued the other intersections to make sure that we'll be having no problems. The Corniche al-Muqattam road started being considered to be linked with the Al-Kafrawi axis, and due to the execution of Yasser axis, you've approved to unify the directions of a length of 7 traffic lanes and having only one lane underneath the ring road. We've not only liberated and facilitated the traffic movement in the eastern of Cairo, and then we're about to get closer to, we're talking about Ramses, Bab al-Khalq, Abdin, Shubra al-Khayma, that's full of people. Why did we do this? We've told to the people that we're trying to facilitate the movement in eastern of Cairo, south of Cairo, and the western of Cairo, that we are doing in Faisal, Al-Haram, and Al-Giza, and Sheikh Zayed. Why are we doing this? Because all the what we need of doing it, that the volume of movement inside downtown that has no solution without any given a freedom, so otherwise will take a great space of buildings. So we've said to keep it, but whoever wants to exit, the exiting would be more complete to ease the pressure from the Middletown area. Taking into consideration that we're not standing still, we've talked about in Muqattam area. And by the way, when I was street number 9, it was difficult to evacuate, but at least improve the specification of the street. We've tried to use all the available spaces to make the lanes by 7 lanes as much as possible. So the movement direction to Al-Muqattam to be either whether it's going down to Al-Muqattam area or to the passing through. And by the way, I'm very pleased that you are doing all this concrete berm. It is important for the people to know that with a lot of cost. I would like to say something, whoever is listening to me. Anything we do here, it is according to the matters on the highest level. If I want to do supported concrete the end of the movement to be easy for them. Some would say that the cost is huge, which is true, but in return, the movement of the movement due to the pollution impact the state worked in that very area. And I say the oldest block was difficult to move through. I want to say, ask the people how would they move through, how would it be possible to do this and the project hundreds of bridges in this area to do it everywhere in Cairo in order to mitigate the impact, the crowds of 20 million and citizens. Once taken this content, we are renewing the infrastructure and God willing by the end of this year will be finished. All the design work and the timetable will be very soon, but we are going to open the road in the time you've directed. Even some sectors still working will be separated. The question I used to ask, do you see your presence in the area a thing that could be done to make it more easier or open the pave the rooms for these areas that the current situation to be allowed to use. As he said, Your Excellency, that street number 9 to be developed, to establish a parallel road in 9th Street. This one starting from the axis of Suleiman's Bridge. And I need to clarify, and once we're doing the end of Yasser Rizqa access to start another one of the links, 21 kilometers parallel to the ring road that link it to the south of Cairo and the eastern of Cairo, and then to the near Cairo. This would help us, God willing, firstly to ease the time of the trips from Al Abbasiyah and the Nile Corniche, and then would minimize these in the fuels. It was started actually before in 2020. If we wouldn't have this development, so that would be actually the use of fuel, it's just 10 kilometers per hour. The attempt that we are to do is just to ease the move from Salah Salim. I know that there is a development in the industry. It is importantly for the viewers and the listener, if they have a presence in the access, whether they are tombs that's valuable for very prominent figures, or it has an historical effect or in features. I say this for the people used to say that we are going to remove tombs of named highly respected figures or the historical areas. So we treat them by establishing bridges. It's importantly to say for the people not to give them chance to make any harm for your effort or undermine your effort. Firstly, the access of Omar Suleiman started the intersection of the Al-Shahid axis on top of Muhammad Ali Fahmi axis to be linked with Gamal Abdel Nasser axis using a bridge on top of the ring road. It's been executed by the collaboration of the engineering authority of the armed forces. Its goal is just to ease the traffic congestions in the middle of Al Abbasiyah, going down the Salah Salim street, extended to General Tantawi axis, reaching Al Misaka corridor that is passing at the end of Jani Sadat axis till Hassan Ma'moon Street and Shinjawawi on top of the axis, and then the intersection at the beginning of starting from through the Mahfouz axis. Shinjawawi axis started its intersection with Al-Shahid axis down to the street of Hassan al-Ma'moon and Al-Misaq axis, and then Mustafa Nahas down and going through El Amal city in parallel of El Suez road through executing 3 bridges to be linked with Naguib Mahfouz access in the areas of the new Cairo. If we talk about the undergoing access, we're talking about Samira Musa, start area of the new Cairo have been executed a number of one tunnel and 2 tunnels are undergoing in the streets of Al-Mushir access through a bridge of 25 kilometers length and then going through Omar Suleiman access and then going through Muhammad Ali Fahmi bridge and to be lasted and ended of to be linked to the Yasser Rizq access through the Al-Asmarat tunnel. When we'll be finished, God willing, we've already done with the first phase. The second phase percentage execution is 64%, and God willing, whoever is coming from Salah Salam, this direction will be finished 30th of October as a whole. I want to say something. It is at the beginning, when we started 5 to 6 years, it was people did not imagine what we've done, and after practice they acknowledge what you've done. Thank you. Thanks very much. Also, Mr. President inspected the works of Muhammad Azad Adil, access to be linked with the south of Cairo, whoever is coming from Helwan, starting from the Autostrad Road, Al Ain al-Sukha, and the new administrative capital. The access of the south of Cairo to be linked with the governorate of the capital, and after being executed to be linked with Hasaballah al-Kafrawi, access to the efforts coming from the Heliopolis to Halwan, going through 9th Street, and Yasser Rizq access and the Corniche Road to be executed currently. You've already approved to establish and develop road network of Zahra al-Maadi of 35 kilometer length, and the access of Wasim Saad and executing Muhammad Azad Adil access of 12 kilometer length, 5 lanes, traffic lanes of each direction. The traffic problem has been solved by executing a bridge coming from Al Munib and coming from the new Cairo towards Al Maadi. Al Sukna tunnel and Al Shahid Mahwar being linked by establishing internal road network, 5 lanes of each direction. The point you've already directed or highlighted that include establishing a tunnel of 160 meters and establish the required facilities to facilitate the movement. And we've already done the ramps work to guarantee the continuation of trafficking from Al Ain al-Sukhna till to the new administrative capital. We've managed to link this access with the south of Cairo, with access of Al Shahid Martyr to the new Cairo and the new administrative capital. God willing, our plan will be finished during January, and then we'll start the road works. Once again, what I'm saying to your colleague Mahmoud, you're present in this area, do you see anything else that could be done? And then review it and tell us when will be finished. God willing, the tunnel will be finished at the end of this year, at the end of January, and the end of February will be finished the second tunnel. Just in case
مش 5.
to make it not just 5, make it 6 and 7. Okay, thank you.